Romeo 33 Stradale. Friends, I'm sure you are aware that Alfa Romeo is not considered as one of the supercar manufacturers, but only Italians could think of producing Super Alfa at the time when the factory was facing difficulties. Despite this, the result was remarkable. One of the most expensive Italian cars, Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, saw the light of the day. Spare your time and learn more about this interesting story. It was not that easy for Alfa Romeo in the 1960s. Starting from 1930s, the manufacturer belonged to the government, which, from time to time, was putting pressure on the managers of Alfa Romeo. Meanwhile, in the 1960s, the Italian politicians strived to create new workplaces no matter what. However, there was a long way to go for moving the mountains. While the politicians and opposing populists were occupied by trying to destabilize the situation within the country, Autodelta, the longtime partner of Alfa Romeo, did not take notice of imminent troubles. A tiny group of engineers, led by Franco Scaglione, started creating a new Alfa Romeo model. The latter was completely different in comparison to those cars which Alfa Romeo was forced to produce. Let me explain why. First of all, the body of the new model was made out of aluminium, which was placed on an aluminium tubular chassis. This engineering solution ensured that Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale would not weigh more than 800 kilograms. Also, the 13-inch magnesium rims were mounted on the wheels of each example. Moreover, the disc brakes were installed in front as well as in the rear of the car, and the suspension system was borrowed from the race cars of Autodelta. Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale was assembled by hand as appropriate to a real supercar. Since Autodelta did not have automated conveyor assembly lines, all work had to be done by the workers, who unfortunately not always achieved the same results. For example, some vehicles had dual headlights, others single. Also, in some cars, the wipers had a different mounting position. Later models were equipped with additional air intakes behind the front and rear wheels to keep the brakes cool. However, these are just a few examples. The cherry on top for Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale can be considered the engine, which was mounted next to the rear axle. Like the car's construction, the engine had so many things in common with the one built-in Autodelta race cars. 33 Stradale, from its analog, inherited a crankshaft, fuel injection system, twin spark technology. Each cylinder has twin spark plugs, and the engine RPM was not restricted. Thus, the engine could reach 10,000 RPM. 2.0-liter 8-cylinder engine was able to reach 230 horsepower at 8,800 RPM and maximum torque at 7,000 RPM. However, these values were only the theoretical numbers on the paper. Due to the way how the vehicles were produced, some engines were not as powerful as others. A few trustworthy sources published some examples, where the previous Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale units had 245 horsepower engines, while the later models were equipped with 260 horsepower engines. Nevertheless, despite the differences in the engine bay, the 1968 Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale was astonishing. Mainly, there are two reasons why. First, many people were surprised due to its remarkable acceleration. This model could go from 0 to 100 km per hour in less than 6 seconds and reach 260 km per hour, its maximum speed. Also, 33 Stradale could cover quarter mile, 0.4 kilometers in 24 seconds, and these numbers were more impressive than Lamborghini Miura or Ferrari Daytona could achieve. Second, it is its price. In 1968, Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale was not only the fastest but also the most expensive model of the year. In Italy, this car was worth 9.7 million Italian lira, while you could purchase Lamborghini Miura for 7.7 million Italian lira. Sadly, the appearance of Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale happened at the same time as risen unrest in France and Italy. It had a huge impact on the Italian industry, therefore, it was working only at 10–15% industrial capacity. Alfa Romeo Supercar found itself in the middle of the crisis. Unfortunately, there were only 18 units ordered and it took 2 years to make them. Today, Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale can be found at museums or at special events, where this Italian car always attracts the attention of the visitors. It is considered that, for this day, the original 33 Stradale model can be worth at least €10 million.